As of now, what I'll be covering will be website building. Basically, how I do website building with AI prompting and everything. So I've got about four steps. The idea part, that I sit down, take the paper, write, pen and all that. Second is prompting. When I write, the idea is good, the idea is wonderful, but I'm not going to write down about like 200 lines of instructions for a tool. I'm not going to do that. So what I do is that we get the ideas, we set it up, and then we send it over to ChatGPT for fine-tuning depending on the tool we are using. So what I do, I use Gemini, Canvas, and I use Lovable. We get that entire ChatGPT prompting. We have it tweak a few things, color scheme, have the in-depth, all that rubbish. We also do deep research. So we go and check people's websites that are actually working, and we do deep research on it, and we take the elements from those websites and place them into the prompt. And then when we take that prompt, we've taken that prompt and the prompt is like very nice and all that, what we do is that we then slap it into Gemini. What we want to do is we want to prototype. I'm not going to waste credits on Lovable when I can easily prototype on Gemini. So what I'll do, I'll prototype. Gemini writes long lines of code. It can write about like 800 lines of code in like half a minute. So fun stuff. And so what we'll do is that we'll prototype with Gemini. We'll see exactly how it works. We'll see what we need to tweak on the prompt, whether it's the coloring, whether it's the wording, whether it's the layout, whether it's the images, placeholders, the integrations, all that. Basically, Gemini is what we use for prototyping. Once we have created a working prototype, interactive, it has an interface, it's good. It doesn't look like shit, basically. It doesn't look like shit, it doesn't act like shit. What we then do is that we then take that prompt, slap it back into ChatGPT, and have ChatGPT refine the prompt for Lovable. Once we get that prompt for Lovable, what we are doing is that we want to get the most out of that first prompt. So what we do is we slap it into Lovable with our refined prompt, and what we are looking for is an interactive interface. An interface that is very, very interactive. We don't want to start fixing everything bit by bit by bit. I'm not going to burn credits like that. What I want is something that is very straightforward and interactive. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And then once we get that interactive, that's when we start tweaking, we start changing color schemes, we start changing buttons, and we start editing inside Lovable. So those are quite basically the four straightforward ways. Ideation, we get the idea, who are we building for, what exactly are we using the website for? Is it a landing page? Is it a video sharing platform? Is it for a business? Is it for booking calls? Is it for basically anything? Is it for you to run pirated videos? I don't know, that depends on you. Then we go over to ChatGPT. That's point two, ChatGPT. You can use any LLM, but I prefer ChatGPT. And then if you have images or you can draw something up for your prototype, you can do it. What you then want to do is you want to screenshot all those pictures, all those prototypes, and you send it to Gemini and you send it to Lovable. Gemini will give you the line of code. Gemini will give you the entire code. It will write down the entire code for you so you can copy, paste it into a HTML. I mean, I sound like a fucking geek. Basically, your prototyping is you're going to have your line of code that Gemini is going to give you. If you decide at this point to take that line of code and slap it into something else, it's fine. It's fine. You can even copy and paste the lines of code into Lovable and have Lovable work on that code. But anything other than that, I just skip it. I do the prototyping, and sometimes I can launch it from Gemini, but I just prefer prototyping with Gemini to give people exactly what they are looking for. This is exactly what we are doing, and then we go to Lovable. Lovable makes it easy to publish. Lovable makes it easy to edit. So we just build the full website or the full web app from Lovable. Simple as that. So I think I'll just throw up the image on screen and all that. So That's basically website building, 4 easy steps: idea, ChatGPT prompting, prototyping, and then the full website. So yeah, fun stuff.